Once you get rich, we can be kinder and gentler. How's that?
Good morning, my people.
It's time to take back your power and acknowledge that you create everything that is in your life and everything that is not in it. Realize that you create your wealth, your non-wealth, and every level in between. Declaration. Place your hand on your heart and say, I create the exact level of my financial success.
So today we are going to talk about the power of intent. So it's very clear that you get what you truly intend to get. So for example, rich people succeed. Their focus is success. They play the money game to win, to succeed or to win, while ordinary people play money game to survive. And that is the difference. If you are playing football and your game plan is to defend, your intent is not to score games. Your intent is just to survive that game and not concede. But if your game plan, you're going there to win, every time you get the ball, your idea will be, where are my strikers? How do we go and push forward? How do we win this game? And that is how we find ourselves in where we find ourselves in life, because our intent onto what we want to do is determined by what you set yourself to do. And of course, some people may say it's easier said than done, Tyrus, but in actual sense, it's very easy to know what you need. You know the ingredients of whatever you want to make, the recipe. First of all, you need to feed your mind with files supportive of success, because majority of us, myself included, we were not born in wealth. We had to create it. We had to find it. And that meant going back to your files, in the memory, and seeing how damaging your beliefs are in the quest for success. Because if your storage does not have success, does not have supportive files to success, there's no way you're going to succeed, because your intent, every time you try to go in your saved files, you won't find anything that's supporting success. For example, people who are addicted to shopping, they don't have supportive files, or they do, but they don't consider the supporting files of how, for example, they need to save money. So every time they go to shop, or they go and see a nice bag, then the supportive files will be, oh, you need that bag because it'll match with those shoes, or you need a laptop because the other one is almost about to pile up. And those are the supporting things that make you find yourself justifying why you want to do something, because that is the information you have in your files. So it's very, very important to go back to the drawing board. As much as I'm talking about the power of intent today, but we need to understand what we have in our storage, because again, your thoughts, so what you're thinking on, because it comes from your brain, it comes from your memory. Your thoughts leads to your feelings, so your feelings, which are attached to your emotions, leads to your action, and your action will give you the results. So however you justify whatever you justify, you're going to get the results based on that. So if your intent is to be successful, you need to reprogram your mind and have the successful files, so that every time you feel like you want to buy that bag, then you ask yourself, do I actually need to buy it today, or can I wait for tomorrow because I have a credit card that I need to clear, or I have some money I need to save up so that I can buy such and such. And then that's where you start getting successful files and seeing the results. We also should quit complaining and playing the role of a victim. Remember, and keynote, I'm not saying quit becoming a victim, because there's nothing like a victim. It's playing the role of a victim. A lot of people do that, and like we said, what you focus on, you amplify it. So if you're focusing on things that are not going well in your life, guess what you're doing? You're actually amplifying the problems that you have. Instead of complaining and playing the victim, look into the positive. Look into seeing where the problem is and trying to find a workable solution. So you're looking for a workable solution, but at the same time, stay away from people who complain and who play victim, because there's no way you can quit smoking and you're still keeping the company of smokers. They are going to influence you because you already have that habit. So you're trying to turn away from the habit that you've had it for so many years. So the best thing you need to do, quit complaining, stay away from complainers, and stay away from those people who play the victim. It's very, very important to take full responsibility of your life. Anything that has happened, success or otherwise, take full responsibility of it so that you are able to learn. If it's a marriage problem, if you've had a marriage breakdown, take full responsibility and say, I was involved because this is what I did or I did not do, and then that will give you a room to improve, because you realize actually I had a role to play in whatever happened. And once you do that, then you are opening yourself to reflection, and when you reflect, that is when you learn, because you're asking yourself, what can I do different if I was to do these things again? How can I do it differently? And this is where the problem is with a lot of people. They do not accept responsibility. They blame people. There is always something to blame, and there is always a justification of why and what they are doing and how they've gotten themselves to where they are. You need to take full responsibility of whatever that has happened to you, so that you are able to learn from it. Because even successful people don't stick or don't stay in one place, because success is a journey. It's almost like a storybook. You finish chapter 1, that is behind you now, and then you go to chapter 2, where you have to start from scratch. So even successful people, they get this success ladder from finishing one, reflecting on it, and then starting another success story. And that is all they do, because whatever they've achieved or accomplished, there's always something to learn from. There's always something to improve on. So every time you do whatever you do, make sure you're giving yourself that time to reflect. But when you're reflecting, you are very honest with yourself. You are very honest to own up to everything that has happened. If you've been helped by nature, again, acknowledge that, but in the wrong line. You made it possible. If, for example, you decided to go on a journey, you made it happen because you left the house. You started that journey. And whoever that helped you along the way, it was because you placed yourself in a position to be helped. So anything and everything that happens to your life or with your life, you have some responsibility. You have some part to be responsible for. So a lot of people live life without strategy. But life doesn't happen like that. Yeah, life doesn't just happen. You have to plan it. So it's very important to reflect every day. Write down stuff that went well and stuff that didn't go well. And most importantly, ask yourself, what role did I play for either of the results? Because these are the things that are going to sharpen you. These are the things that you're going to use to improve on whatever you're going to find yourself trying to achieve. And you will quit this analogy of being lucky and being one hit wonder, because one strategy works for me, so I'm going to work extra harder to perfect on it, and another strategy doesn't work for you, so you're not going to invest a lot of energy on it, because every time you go to that on that journey, it doesn't give you any result. So it's very good to have a journal, it's very good to reflect, but it's even better to take account and reflect on what went well and what you could have done better next time. So like we said, if your intention is just to have enough to pay the bills, the power of intent, that is exactly what you're going to have. But if your intention is to have abundance, so that you can say, I want to have enough for myself, and for others so that I can help, then your intent is going to give you the result. So we need to be very, very conscious of our intent, because intent is almost a prophecy. You say, this is what I want to achieve and why. So the power of intent, what you curse yourself or what you bless yourself with, is very important, because it's directly proportional to the outcome. And finally, there's a huge difference between being comfortable and being rich. So you need to choose what your intent is. If your intent is to be comfortable, you're just going to be comfortable. If your intent is to be rich, because of whatever values you placed behind the riches you want to get, you're going to get them and you're going to achieve it. Have a nice day, folks.